Has this ever happened to you? Or this? When what you really want to sound like is this. If your palm keys sound thin and airy or don't sound at all, in this video I'm going to show you how to fix that. The palm keys are where a lot of saxophonists' tone just falls apart. You've spent all this time building a beautiful sound in the middle register and the low register, but when you get to about a palm key D or above, suddenly it starts to sound like a different instrument. Thin and bright with no body behind it, or you just get a honk. Or a squeak. Believe it or not, that squeak can actually be a good thing, but we'll come back to that later in the video. But first, the way that most people try to fix their tone in the palm keys is by changing their embouchure, namely by tightening it up. Because there's this idea that since they are higher notes, you need more embouchure pressure to support those notes. But this will actually make them sound worse, and the real fix is to do the opposite thing entirely. I've been playing the saxophone since 1998, and I should be a lot better. But if there's one thing that I'm an expert on, it's struggling with the palm keys. Like an unusual amount. The way that most players struggle to play in the altissimo register. That was the palm keys for me. By the time I got to college as a saxophone performance major, I still could not reliably play the palm keys. It really left many of my teachers scratching their heads as to why I couldn't do this, and I even thought that maybe there's something physically wrong with me that is preventing me from playing these notes. But I eventually overcame this, and now I regularly play one octave higher than the palm keys, and sometimes even more. So I'm 100% confident that if I can overcome this and figure out how to play the palm keys easily, you can too. The most likely reason that you're struggling with the palm keys is that your embouchure is too tight and it's constricting the reed. Maybe more so than any other note on the instrument, the palm keys are the most susceptible to embouchure pressure. And many saxophonists try to squeeze these notes out essentially by tightening up their embouchure, which is the opposite of what we should be doing. Essentially, we want the airstream to be doing the heavy lifting so that the embouchure remains more or less unchanged throughout the entire range of the saxophone. If you haven't already, make sure you go back and watch this video, which is a detailed explanation about how blowing into a wind instrument really works. You may be surprised to learn that this has very little to do with your diaphragm, as is commonly believed. Now, to form an efficient embouchure, I also have a video that explains this in detail. But in short, we want to pull the corners of our mouth down and then allow the bottom lip to just open up. Once you're in this position, put the saxophone in your mouth and then focus on supplying a steady airstream to the instrument. When you do this, simply allow the embouchure to contract as needed around the mouthpiece and try not to pay too much attention to what the muscles of the face are doing or to try and make the embouchure do anything specific. You can try this embouchure setting procedure with any note in the range, but since this video is about the palm keys, give it a try with those and then let us know in the comments how it works out for you. Now, even if you do this, you might find that the sound is not what you're hoping for, or maybe the palm keys are still not coming out. So in that case, what do you do? Well, the thing about the palm keys is, to get a good sound on them, you have to just spend time up there. And many saxophonists avoid practicing the palm keys because they're difficult to play or uncomfortable or overall just sound bad. So if they don't practice them, they don't get any better and the cycle continues. So I'm going to give you 2 exercises you can do every day that will gradually improve your palm keys and allow you to start playing them just as easily as any other note. The first exercise is a chromatic study from Top Tones for the Saxophone, called Uniformity of Tone Character. The exercise starts on a middle F and then walks up chromatically to top F, back down to low B flat, and then walks back up to the starting F. If you have enough time, it is well worth the 25 to 30 minutes or so it takes to get through this entire page, because it's going to help you develop a stable tone across the saxophone's entire range. But if you're pressed for time, the way many of us are, you can still get the benefit of this exercise by focusing on the notes that need the most work. So if that's the palm keys, start the exercise on a note near them that you can play easily, maybe like a B flat with the octave key, and then climb up to your highest note, F or F sharp, depending on if you have that extra key. And then turn around and come back down. An aspect of saxophone playing that is often overlooked but should really be addressed as soon as possible is intonation. Not only because it's essential to be able to play in tune with other musicians, but because notes that are in tune sound more resonant. The thin and weak sound often associated with the palm keys is usually due to the embouchure applying too much pressure and then pushing the note very sharp. How do we fix this? Not with a tuner. I recently discovered a resource that I recommend to all of my students, as well as in my method book, as the way to start your practice routine every day. Namely, with the Tuning CD by Dr. Richard Schwartz. Real quick, regarding the method book, I'm a little bit behind in my video posting schedule because I've been working non-stop to finish the edits to this book so that I can get it out to everybody as soon as possible. If you want to develop complete control over the full range of the saxophone, whatever that means to you, whether that's 2.5 octaves, 3.5, 4, or even more, I want to let you know that I am almost done with this, and pre-orders for the digital copy are going to be closing very soon, while for the physical copy, they'll be open for a few more weeks while I finalize everything with the publisher. So click the link below this video to secure a discount on both the digital and hard copy editions of this book. Okay, now back to the Tuning CD. This CD contains drones in all 12 keys as octaves and fifths, so you can practice your intonation on every note. So one way you can use this to improve your palm keys is to put on a drone in the concert pitch of the palm key you want to work on. So let's say it's palm key F. On alto sax, I would put on the A flat drone and then play a major scale in F and then try and get every note as in tune as possible with the drone. For an additional challenge, you can also pick a drone where that note is the 3rd, 5th, dominant 7th, or really any other of the 12 intervals. Start your practice every day like this, and you may be surprised at how fast your control over the palm keys starts to feel just as secure as the notes beneath it. I want to mention one last thing to consider because it's the least important: your choice of reed. If you're having issues with your sound, as a general rule, the best thing to do is always assume it's probably me and not the equipment. But if you're able to comfortably play low B flat up to the palm keys, and when you get to them, the notes start to thin out or the reed chokes off and stops vibrating, you may benefit from trying a slightly harder reed. So that's something to consider. The Rasher mouthpiece I've been using to demonstrate everything in this video, I typically play with a Van Doren Blue Box 5, and here's a comparison of that with a Van Doren Blue Box 2.5, so you can hear how a soft reed might make things more difficult. Not that it's impossible to play those things on the softer reed, but a harder reed can make things more stable and secure. Regarding the squeaking that I talked about in the beginning of the video, here's how that could actually be a good thing. If your palm keys are squeaking, you're actually just playing the higher overtones of the palm keys, the first of which are used as the basis for some altissimo fingerings. For example, the palm keys all typically overblow about a major sixth. So you can use the palm keys along with the third finger in the left hand to open the lower octave vent on the body as fingerings for altissimo B to D sharp. So if you find that you're squeaking, try to hold out that note and figure out which pitch it is. And actually, there is one more thing I want to share with you that has nothing to do with palm key tone, but can help with overall comfort in playing these notes. Depending on the shape and size of your palm keys, as well as the shape and size of your hands, the palm keys themselves could be physically uncomfortable to play. And you may have noticed in the thumbnail that I have these black key risers on 2 of my palm keys. If your hands feel like they have to travel a lot to reach the palm keys, there's this incredible product called SUGRU, which is a moldable silicone putty, which you can use to mold custom-made key risers that perfectly fit the contours of your hand. I'll link to where you can get this product in the description, but it's relatively cheap and it sets in about 24 hours by absorbing moisture from the atmosphere. It's also very safe for your saxophone finish, so you don't have to worry about messing that up, and you can experiment with different sizes and shapes or take them off altogether if you decide they're not for you. So now that you have these tools, come back in a week and let us know in the comments how your palm key tone is improving. I read and respond to every single comment. And if you're ready to take your sound beyond just the palm keys, building tone, range, and overall mastery of the saxophone, I'm now accepting students into the Systematic Approach Inner Circle, where we work through my method book together to master all aspects of saxophone playing and help you reach your musical goals. So the first step is to book a call with me and to see if we're a good fit to work together. And whether or not we decide to move forward, you'll still walk away from this with clarity on exactly what you need to do next to improve your playing. So if you're ready to make this the most transformative year for your saxophone playing, click the link in the description to get started. So to wrap things up, to get better at playing the palm keys, spend more time playing your palm keys. Practice the uniformity of tone character exercise and work with the Tuning C.D every day. And very soon you'll find that the palm keys are just as easy and enjoyable to play as every other note on the saxophone. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe because it really does help me to get my ideas out to more people. And then go watch this video about the most important book that you should be studying out of as a saxophonist.